Imagine this. You are a child living in East Germany, in Berlin. You're excited to be going to a sleepover at your friend's house in West Berlin. This might be your first sleepover ever, and you can't wait to stay up late watching movies and playing games. In the morning, you are ready to go back home, as you want to tell your parents all about the fun time you had last night. When you go to leave, you're met with a blockade. There is now a wall separating you from your home, your family, your belongings, your whole life. You can't cross over to get them, and they can't get to you. This was an example of an experience some Germans could have experienced on August 13th, 1961. Why was this? The Soviet Union had control over East Germany and East Berlin, while the United States, France, and Britain oversaw the rest. Overnight, a wall was built around the border of East Berlin, trapping anyone inside in and keeping anyone outside out. The wall stayed up for about 28 years and donned the name the Iron Curtain. Throughout the reign of this Iron Curtain, there were 6 U.S. presidents, starting with John F. Kennedy, who spoke in West Berlin in order to raise spirits. This is the famous Ich bin ein Berliner speech.
All free men, wherever they may live, are citizens of Berlin. And therefore, as a free man, I take pride in the words, Ich bin ein Berliner.
Throughout the years, some attempted to escape. There were several incidents at the border where people lost their lives trying to obtain their freedom. On June 12, 1987, then President of the United States, Ronald Reagan, gave a speech where he famously said, "Tear down this wall."
Yes, across Europe this wall will fall, for it cannot withstand faith, it cannot withstand truth. The wall cannot withstand freedom. And I would like, before I close, to say one word. I have read and I have been questioned since I've been here about certain demonstrations against my coming. And I would like to say just one thing, and to those who demonstrate so. I wonder if they have ever asked themselves that if they should have the kind of government they apparently seek, no one would be able to do what they're doing again.
Even after relations between the two cold war countries improved, the wall still stood and threatened the free world. Reagan's speech harmed foreign affairs and heightened tensions. Much like John F. Kennedy, Ronald Reagan stood in defiance against the Soviet Union's actions. As time went on, the Soviet Union began to fail. Countries that had adopted the communist way started to revolt against this type of government. The Soviets had no choice but to let them go. Their economy was failing, their people were unnourished, and were given 0 life choices. On November 8, 1989, there was a press conference where the leader of East Germany, Egon Krenz, unintentionally opened the borders of Berlin. He announced that the restraints on the wall would be loosened. German citizens misunderstood that he meant for the wall to come down. They rushed to the wall, chanting and breaking down the Iron Curtain. When the wall came down, there was nothing but joy and liberation in the air, as friends saw friends and families could be together again. Think back to the start. Think of that experience of the wall going up overnight. Now imagine a wall coming down. You were able to meet your grandparents for the first time in your life. Imagine coming out from behind the wall and seeing different cars, stocked grocery stores, different television and radio programs, choices galore, and seeing the freedom that you have just gained. The Berlin Wall became a symbol of the Cold War. When it came down, there was rejoicing across the world. The demolition of the Iron Curtain gave a breath of fresh air to anti-communist Americans who feared its growth. The wall was down, the Soviet Union was no more, and families and friends could be together again.